Break, something to watch.
They are number 2 in the country in fast break points, 16.6 per game. Milwaukee number 1. So it's 8-3 Gators.
Switching on those pin downs. Reed's got to get in and beg.
McNeeley, he draws analog pin on the outside. McNeeley off the dribble. Kick it for the Stewart J.
Well, he makes those.
Shot clock is down to 5. Caravan.
Tough shot.
Off the heel.
Nice
Stewart
play.
knocks it over to Mahaney. Another reload here for UConn. McNeeley. Side, and the ball pops up and out. It's a goaltending as Reed was multi-dimensional format. And he comes up short on the floater.
He wasn't limping when he caught the ball.
No, everybody gets healthy.
McNeeley got cut off by Goodine, but he's going to get around him. McNeeley, a lot of activity, jumps and finishes.
How about the adjustment bird?
For anybody to play in New York.
I think they have the most offensive weapons.
Absolutely.
Hands down in the Big East across the board.
And I don't think you'll find a better March coach. It's not as if he fell off a turnip truck when he left Arizona. There's Terrace Reed. 47-26 Huskies. Again, those 4-minute increments, just find a way and slow this juggernaut down. That kind of spacing won't help. Caravan has...
Right? The Drifters? Which one is it?
Drifters, right?
Yeah, I think the Drifters.
I can't get that high.
But you can try. Marquette a quick 4 in a row to draw within 2. Out of the timeout, UConn gets down deep. Terrace Reed Jr. for 2. Jones showed a motion, but Samson Johnson is right there. Chaplin followed. That's blocked away. Caravan got the hand in.
Nice job defensively. Nice extra look. They need him.
Caravan.
They need him.
Lead. Marquette trying to build to that 3 seed, maybe even the 2 in the Big East tournament. UConn sitting on the 4 line right now.
Well, they are really tagging it. Jones playing great D on ball. Nice pass. Double.
Now McNeeley.
Cardette off balance. I don't like that one. Okay, noted. Reed leaves it in. Timeout to Floyd. You know, McNeely's been quiet here in the second half. Fernandez, not this time, and Diarra the rebound. Here's McNeeley, and Asondigo closes out quickly. Solo ball hits. Pressure for Providence. Caravan gets it into McNeeley. They have 4 very good ball handlers. Diarra, Ball, McNeeley, and Caravan. Ball, a 3. It's good. So
does they react now, you go to work or you make that pass, but unless you're Dr. J, Shaq, Michael Jordan, you can't make that one-handed pass and think you're going to bring it back. Reed. Unemotional at times, which I don't think is a bad thing.
Well, that's what going so deep in the postseason has done the last couple of years with a half dozen guys on this team with national championship experience.
Gives you a confidence.
Yep. Solo ball. Lead for UConn. CT makes a full court press from Georgetown this evening.
And they're probably a little bit quicker, faster, more nimble without Sorber. I'm with you. I'm surprised you didn't see more of that this game.
Top off pass. Stewart double clutched as he.
Like Beebe can play multiple positions and score in so many ways.
Ball 3 straight on. He thought he got hit. Offensive rebound, Caravan. And McNeeley takes a peek at the clock. Ball wants to pull the trigger, and he does.
by the Red Storm. Lewis off the heel. McNeeley with the 2-handed rebound. Connecticut in flux now. McNeeley driving to the hole, deals it down, inside, up, and inside. Davon Smith St. John's right back in it. But UConn off to a blistering start, 4 for 5. Ball guarded by Ejiofor. There's the switch. Diarra. 8 to shoot. Ball, a 3. Kill. Slide Lewis. Sweet Lou. 48 to 30. How about this? And they rise to their feet in the world's most famous arena in appreciation for the hometown team. Look at the pressure, Gus. Look at the pressure. McNeeley driving the line. And an easy jam for Simpson.
Unstuck themselves.
Nice curl for a good look.
Poplar, no.
McNeeley really asserting himself.
Ball trailing. He cans it.
Wow. Maybe a switch as he rolls to the rim might get him an offensive rebound. See if he gets the run out late.
McNeeley on the prowl.
They use Caravan for it. Nice look.
Reed scores on the reverse.
Because he passed to me. Can't blame it all on me.
You got it. Well, can't connect. Again, UConn with a one and done as Diarra brings him back the other way. A little up and under, and he gets the lane in Spencer. So in a lot of ways, he's playing catch-up right now.
100%, yeah. I mean, obviously the first game back was a little slow getting his feet back, but obviously last game he was, he showed his full potential and everything he could do, and he's no special player.
Yeah, that win against Creighton was hard fought. I think sometimes it lingers a bit. There's an answer from Team. Caravan, strong move to the hoop. There's Reed on the offensive glass. The recycle out of the triangle. Ball nails it.
Obviously, Danny Hurley does a pretty good job, too. 2 championships in a row.
During this 14-2 run, Neal has 5 points. McAndrew has 5 points. Johnson back in with 2 fouls and finishes with 11.
And one of his better performances last time out against Butler. Pops a 3. Hits heel. Reed able to pinball to himself.
Wow, I mean, that was another good box out by J.J. Traynor there, but too strong.
And Reed gets the isolation, muscling in.
Look at this.
That's wins on team. Overwhelming DePaul and Wintrust. Tip ball taken away. McNeeley, out-of-man rush. Diarra right to the rack. Timeout DePaul.
National timers. Telford on the inside, had it knocked away by Caravan. Reed gathers and his fall away rattles out. McNeeley lobs it up top. Samson Johnson, who's back in the lineup after missing Wednesday with a concussion, flips it in.
And he's so tall, he doesn't need much room to operate.
Jack circles around, fades away from 15. It's down and out, and McNeeley's got the rebound for UConn. Caravan step back over McCaffrey, buries it.
Movement without the ball is so important for Butler. You've got to change sides of the floor, and that's really the first time they had some cuts off the weak side.
First made field goal for the Dogs comes 5 minutes into the game. McNeeley's been the hot hand. Good drop off underneath, and Terrace Reed Jr. with a...
The screen is just going right at Reed's chest down low, and Butler is looking right into the post.
Reed spins, splits a double team, and goes high off the window at the left.
Found an opening on the perimeter.
Brooks, no on the reverse. Kapke tips the rebound out, but right to Caravan. McNeeley accelerates, stops, shovels, Caravan, yes, and one. As a part of that Maui Invitational against Colorado, a little less than a month ago. Start of the second half, UConn led by as many as 16 at one point. Butler trimmed it all the way to 2, but a quick 6-0 spurt by UConn to end the half has them up 9. Hassan Diarra buries the 3 on the first.
One as a team assist to turnover. That time McNeeley wide open after the Butler turnover.
Back-to-back Butler turnovers, 3-on-1. Great ball movement and solo ball finishes. 6 on the timer.
Nice step back.
And he'll come up short.
They got to get him going a little bit.
McNeeley, nice roll. Reed, soft area.
Smart play by Bopers.
McKnight, bounce pass. Hunter met at the rim.
Reed and Caravan.
Up and down we go. McNeeley,
Nice look.
Reed scores.
I'll tell you what, Reed's in shape.
Xavier.
Oh no, they back to 9.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Entry pass.
There you
Top
go.
finish.
He can do it. Quickly in again, particularly because of Reed's dominance the last trip.
There is Reed with McNeeley off the curl. Late dish. Reed finds his way through.
How about the hands?
He on the floor crying to come up to the ref. You know, there might be one or two of those in my history. Yeah. I gotta say. I got the scout report on you, bro. Yeah, that's right.
Talking about college roommates. On the kick. Solo ball. Yes, sir.
You tell me a tougher duo.
No.
In the country.
Tough to find one. I mean, that dunk you were talking about against Kentucky, he took himself to the ground with it on the drive. You see UConn really struggled from 3 today. McNeeley drops it off to the wing. That 3 will go.
But do you get the attention you want? Good defense that time. Inside, the heck of a rebound. And McNeeley had some influence on that shot. Inside on Grant.
Right down the lane. Got it off for Stewart, who just controlled himself into.
You go back into that and lean heavily into, we've been there, we know how to win. Long way to go. Expect some kind of response from the Bulldogs.
Well, trapping here at the midline. Yep. Remember, UConn and Gonzaga just to combine 10 turnovers in the first half. Terrence Reed Jr. has been big when he's been in. Here's McNeeley. Top off. Reed down at the 2.
Burke just checked back in and knocks down the baseline jumper. He was Arkansas's leading scorer a season ago at 16 a game, and it's a 6-0 run right now for the Horns.
Tremont Mark can be a difference maker for Texas. This is just his 5th game of this young season. But he is a talented player that lights it up in a number of different areas.
But Solo Ball can do that.
Creighton, Kansas State, and now Texas.
By the way, Reese just texted me. He said he made a poor choice. You should call somebody else.
Should I?
Yeah.
I'm lucky he takes my calls. You don't.
28-16. UConn has had a healthy lead for almost all of this one. McNeeley, a beautiful find to the cutting Solson. Makes another tough shot.
But he is having to work for everything, and they're just 2s.
Ooh, and Pope looks like maybe he caught a forearm or something up around the eye. They play on. Dan Hurley is saying that Pope was too close. He was in the cylinder there, and DR didn't have a choice. But there was no whistle on the play, and another great pass. This time it's
Liam McNeeley received that message.
Absolutely. Well, they switch and communicate, tag their guy. There it is again. Like Velcro. Not much room to turn the corner. Ooh.
Now that Baylor defense, it's about as good as it's been this year.
Look at this help. Ooh, a slap down. He got away with it.
Well, it fell right to Samson Johnson.
The opposing teams, they said their constant movement really gives you trouble.
Another tough look for Bailey.
One more open look. Diarra parries the 3.
The Liam McNeeley play that was called a foul, and then Trevor Baskin going over McNeeley for the rebound. That wasn't called a foul. McNeeley, good extra pass. Goals for the Huskies in now about 3 minutes time. Nice pass by McNeeley.
But McNeeley, a great history, an absolutely fantastic coach who happens to be an alum of the Dayton Flyer basketball program and Anthony Grant.
Anthony Grant in his 8th season led Dayton to its first NCAA tournament win in 9 years last year, defeating Nevada in the first round of the dance.
His name was Stephon Castle. There you go.
Caravan, this is from deep.
Oh boy, that's his game. That Louisville squad also lost a number of guys to the NBA, particularly Milt Wagner.
Solo ball, how about that?
On the court, they will look at it the next media timeout. So theoretically, the point should come off, could come off the board, but it looks like they got it right in my time.
Almost everything close they tend to call because they can look at it.
Caravan
run any offense because of the pressure that pushed them so far out.
Solo ball. Count it. A physical basketball down low between Danger and Reed, and Danger lays it in.
I've seen sumo matches with less contact.
Does this make you think of the old day, like your playing days when this was more common?
To have two big guys battling in the low post. Yeah,
knocking each other down. Caravan hits a three. Number 2 UConn here in the opening game of the Maui Invitational. Diarra brings it out for UConn. Just 3:40 to go now in this game. Deep one, Caravan. Yes. And it'll be Diarra. He has made some very big plays in the last few minutes.
They're going to keep Caravan out on the perimeter. I'd use him in actions to put Cisse in him where he has to switch off onto a guard.
McNeeley flashing. They can't get it to him.
Picks up his dribble.
Yeah, Diarra needs help, and he finds Ross. 8 on the shot clock. McNeeley trying to drive on Cisse. 3 to shoot. And Ball hits another one.
What other, top 25 teams are going through. Some new faces trying to figure out each other on the floor. So, and your pace, too. UConn is not a slow team, so there's going to be some mistakes.
That's Solo. See that figure an average of about 38 points per game through 3 for Connecticut that they've won by. Things will level up starting next week at the Maui Invitational for this team. They'll open with Memphis, then either Michigan State or Colorado. Aiden Mahaney, that's the type of shot he can.
But you look at how extended their offense has been.
That runner doesn't go for Raymond Espinal-Guzman. Here come the Huskies. Solo ball. Hit that from Hartford. The double, he can do that.
And he's been doing a beautiful job getting his thoughts and creating room and creating space. With that step back, uses his shoulders, nice bumps off.
McNeeley with the delivery to Jalen Stewart.
Stewart's going to be interesting.